the Ordway online teaching artists, hashtag Ordway School. And we're here today to expand on our first video about playing a simple drum beat. And we're going to talk about playing some drum fills. And I have a lot of students who ask, how do I come up with new fills? Or they just don't even know where to start. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the beat we learned in the first video. So let's just review that. It was eighth notes on the hi-hat, quarter notes on the bass drum, and beats 2 and 4 on the snare drum. Here's what that sounds like. There you go. So when we talk about fills, it's a good thing to think about what their purpose is. So the purpose of a fill is to enhance the end of a phrase in music or the end of a whole section and lead us into the next section. So we might have the verse of a song ending and we want to go to the chorus of the song. And so we would do a little drum fill, and in that case from verse to chorus, a drum fill, and that may lead us from the hi-hat to our ride cymbal. The ride cymbal is a pretty common instrument to go to in the chorus. It just lifts up the whole song, and it's a different sound and feel than the hi-hats. Now, when I talk about phrases for songs or lengths of phrases, most pop music and Western music is in some multiple of 4. So 4, 8, 12, or 16. So we're going to do these fills on the 4th bar, or the 8th bar, or the 12th or the 16th. And we'll get to that in a second. But as far as coming up with fills, how do we do that? Well, I tell my students to think of a simple 1-measure rhythm. And in this case, we're going to do quarter, 2/8, quarter, and 2/8. Looks like that. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And you can just pull out any music book if you have a beginner book on almost any instrument really, and just take the rhythm from one of those measures. And that is half the battle right there, coming up with a new fill. So we have quarter, 8th, quarter, 8th, 8th, boom. That's our fill. So I'm going to play 3 measures of our beat and that 1-measure fill, and you're going to hear what that sounds like. And that comes out to 4 measures or a 4-measure phrase. Here we go. Ready, go. 2, 3, here we go. And we're back. So that was our 4-bar phrase. And I tell students that's what I like to call 3 plus 1, because we did 3 measures of the beat, 1 measure fill. And you can do any combination to get to 4 or 8, 12, or 16. So you can do a 2 and a 2, or a 6 and a 2, or a 6, 7 and a 1. Anything that adds up to some multiple of 4. Not only is it good to stretch those out to the 7 plus 1, so we get 8 measures, that really challenges our concentration and counting, but it's a great way to then start to feel the music we're playing with in those longer phrases. And like I said, most of the music we hear for pop music, Western music, anything on the radio is going to be in those multiple of 4-bar phrases. Now, the next step would be to play along with a metronome to make sure you are rock solid. So I've got a metronome here. I'm going to put it on 80 beats a minute, and I'm going to do my 3 plus 1. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 2, 3, here we go. There you go. That was the 3 plus 1. The next step might be to add your crash when you restart the next phrase. So your fill, will end with a crash leading you right back into the beat. That crash can also lead you back over to the ride cymbal. It's fun to do a 3 plus 1, and each grouping we change cymbals. We go from the hi-hat, play our fill, go to the ride cymbal. And if you can crash in between there, that's great too. So let me do that sequence for you. I'll play 3 measures of the beat on my hi-hat, a 1 measure fill, crash, over to the ride cymbal, just like we're going to the chorus of a song. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, here we go. We're going to go back. 3. There you go. So I did that 3+1 sequence twice, once over to the ride cymbal and once back. Now, that's a pretty basic fill, but you take that rhythm and re-orchestrate it around the drums. You don't have to always go clockwise. In fact, one of the fun things I like to do is challenge my students with some limitations. So I might say, okay, the next time through the fills, you can't use the snare drum. Or it has to mostly be your bass drum. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and that really challenges you with a whole nother limb and a whole nother sound to your drums for your fills. So don't limit yourself to your hands and always going around the drums in the same direction. Maybe you go counterclockwise, or your fill is mostly cymbal sounds. But challenge yourself to do a basic rhythm that you've come up with and do it in a really simple way. So, that's it. Take a basic rhythm, put it on your drums, and think in groups of 4 measures. A 3 measure set of your beat, and a 1 measure fill, and keep repeating that over and over again. Choose different rhythms for your fills. Do it in different speeds. You can even do it along to a song, and even if your fills are different than what's on the song, that's okay. You're going to use the song as a metronome and groove. So there you go. Have fun with your fills, experiment with different rhythms, but start simple and keep it steady and really feel the groove. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time at Ordway School. Bye.